She's really found a groove here at the start of this show. She's got a confidence and a calmness that she has had in the past, but it's getting more and more consistent, the stableness and the steady. You know, a horse of that high power, and she's so fast, and she's a quick thinker, hot-blooded, whatever you want to call that. But she's finding a good consistency and a comfort, and at home she's very comfortable now. You definitely call her high maintenance.
Yeah.
She thinks she's just all there, and she is, and keeping that real is, for me, it's about the same thing as raising my kids. You know, it's funny. You know, she stands around after she's worked because she's pretty sure she needs to go and have a bath and get put away. You know, and trying to just keep her real. But she's a cute horse like that because she's quirky as hell.
Yeah.
Like she's all about it. You know, and so you just try to keep it real with her. But if there's something funny, that's what it is, because she thinks about all that. You know,
yeah, she's hot stuff.
Yeah, she thinks she is anyway.
So we got her summertime, about summer last year, the 3-year-old year. And she was a lot of work. But, like I said, she's just real cowy. I guess like a lot of the good ones, work at it and you put up that stuff as long as they show good, Mm-hmm. But she's pretty quirky about a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
But, like I said, as the older you get, a lot of stuff when you're younger, you pick at them and you make a big deal out of it, and then it becomes a big deal. But as you get older with more experience, you realize you're better off not making a big deal out of it. Just pet them. Yeah. She's real quirky and kind of hot, and here lately she's been walking down to the herd of the show. I don't know why, but she walks down and just looks left and right the whole time, like she's looking at the crowd, and she looks over here, and it's a pretty insecure feeling,
Yeah.
And she's pretty quirky about a lot of stuff. You just don't ever know what horse you're going to get on. But usually down there, she's real cowy, and they got a lot of look to her. And I think we won, I don't know, maybe about right around 60,000 on her now.
No, I can't say enough about him. I bought him out of the futurity sale, and no one wanted that horse. He just wasn't much to look at, and he's always been real solid and, a little tough to train at times just from the way he was made, which is probably why I got him. But he made a real solid horse, and Steve and Michelle bought him as well, and we both showed him at the futurity, and I made the finals at the futurity and won good money on him, and got I think 4th at the Bonanza, and I made lots of different finals on him. Made the finals of the Super Stakes and did real well. And Michelle made the finals. As far as Boomer goes, there's not. That horse has been made fun of for so many people just because of the way he was made, and he was so ugly as a yearling. And I just tried to train him. I didn't worry about it, and now it's funny, he's grown up, and they've had a chance to sell him, and a lot of people, he attracts a lot of people now because he's so solid.
I'm catch riding for Don Van Wales. We bought a slot. The horse wasn't entered. Bought a slot. Don has done a great job with this horse bringing it on. It's as easy an act to follow as you'd ever want, and I feel like the luckiest guy here. She's a sweet, very sweet-minded horse. I mean, I get on her, and whenever I trot her over there and stop her, she just stops, and if I touch her, she just comes to me. Just a sweet-minded horse, and I can tell that Dawn has no trouble preparing her. I mean, she is so comfortable everywhere I put her.
He's really Cade's horse, my son, and so they're always picking at me about stealing Cade's horse. But we were just working horses one day, and Cade got him ready, and I said, "Here, work a cow on him." And the cows weren't very good, but he worked a couple of cows on him and just got along great. He was he was a nice 2-year-old. He wasn't a great 2-year-old, and really he wasn't a great 3-year-old until probably summer and fall, and he really started coming around mostly the fall. He just reminds me a lot of Highbrow CD, and I'm not going to put that on him. I'm not saying he's Highbrow CD, but he works a lot like him, he feels a lot like him, thinks a lot like him, which obviously just kind of fits my deal. Just really smart, moves really low, and doesn't have to do a lot to look good, but when he has to go fast, he can.
The horse has always been a little tough. and a little bit of a late bloomer. He's a playboy on the bottom side, and he's starting to mature and come into his own. And he's a beautiful horse. I mean, he's really pretty. He works real pretty, and most of the metallic cats I had have been pretty good-minded, and he's been pretty good-minded, and just his maturity. He was always a little immature, and now he's starting to really come into his own. And at this show here, he's felt the best he ever has for me.
Jeffrey Sheehan trained him, showed him at the futurity, looked really good at the futurity. And this horse was not entered here. He was a late entry. It was an expensive entry fee. I had too many to show, so I ended up putting Clay Johnson on one and Corey on one, and I showed him. He was working, I told the guy, I said, look, it's a gamble. The horse is, working good. He said, let's do it, please. He said he had no restraints. He said, if you want to show him, he said, I'll pay anything to let you show him. So he was really good about it. And then this horse come through for the team. He's just been kind of a warrior for us, He's been kind of a war horse. He'll go and he'll help you. He'll try for you, with as few mistakes possible.
I guess his claim to fame is his full brother to Highbrow Jackson. He's been a good little horse, haven't really had a whole lot of luck on him, but I was glad to finally make finals on him. I showed him at the futurity and didn't do any good on him. Nelson showed him also, and he's been showing him everywhere else as well, so he's been doing double duty. He made the semi-finals in the non-pro at the Super Stakes, but and then we gelded him right then at the Super Stakes, so it's helped. Yeah. He's a cool moving little horse, he's got a lot of presence in that to him. Really nice horse, so it's just nice to finally make a decent finals on him somewhere that counts.
And she's always had a lot of potential, but she's been a little tough to train. And I chose to show the other two Gildens at the futurity. And she was one of my three-year-olds, but she's always been real pretty to watch, and it's good to finally get her showed, but I've always believed in her, but she's just been a little tougher, and then she's gotten sore, and it's just been hard to keep it all going. You can't work her as much as you want, and this is so hard on them,
Right.
It's hard to keep it all going, but it's nice to finally get her showed. She's always been real cowy, and she's got a lot of good breeding behind her, but she's always been real cowy, and that's what's deceiving about her. She can get her head really low, and when she gets her head really low, you love her, but she's also at the same time, it doesn't take much for her to get her head up, and that makes it tough, but she's always been real smart and bright, and I knew if I could just get her to slow down, there was a lot in there, but we'll just, hopefully it's coming together. She's a pistol. She's quirky and weird, crawls on the stalls, and gets her head right up in your face, and that's, if you ask most cutting horse trainers, that's not ideal.
He's a half brother to a horse I made the futurity finals on here a couple years ago, out of a dual pep mare. He's been a good horse to train. I've liked him since day one.
How long have you had him?
I've had him since I started him as a 2-year-old.
Oh,
yeah.
very cool.
So Kathleen raised him. Kathleen Moore raised him, and I work for her, and I've had him all along. And he's just got some grit to him that I really like. I mean, he's maybe not the prettiest mover at times, but got a lot of grit to him and tries. So to me, you can't put that in a horse if they got that grit. Be a little bit hot, and so you just got to kind of just keep working him down, and don't get in any fights with him. He'll take it personal if you pick a fight with him. But he's just been a good horse to have.
Miss Calicat's a full sister to Hebia Cat that I won the futurity on. Gerald Alexander had her as a 2-year-old, and I showed her at the futurity and made the semis, and she colicked that night. That's the mare that colicked the night of the out of this futurity semis. Her first show back was the BI. We won the first round, made the finals on her. I cut bad cows, marked 14 in the finals, but she's a show horse. Every time you ride down there, she's been great. She's so fast and so cowy. She can reach a long way. She's got it all. She's just really good. She can stop hard and reach a long ways, and she's really smart on a cow. She's just good.